Okay. Day 100.
Day
living in Liberia.
100.
It's day 140 something of our video vlogging journey, which doesn't really matter as much as just our days living here. So today is day 100. I'm trying not to touch the table as much and make
people dizzy.
Yeah. I'm gonna, so if you've never watched our videos before, do it again because you did it faster.
If you've never watched our video before, we've been in the process of adopting 2 girls from Liberia for 2 years. We've been vlogging about our journey for the start of this past year, and we've been living in Liberia for 100 years. 100 days trying to complete this thing. So that's where we are.
Yeah.
And 100. When you've reached triple digits of Liberian living, I think it impacts your mental faculties.
Are we delirious at this point?
Yeah. We stay up too late. We sleep in too long. It's great.
All right, so we're living in Liberia. So we went to visit our kids today. I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna put in the video of us when we had our issue today with the car. So I'm gonna put that in. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing right now?
Well, we're broke down on the side of the road with a flat tire.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the gas gauge?
Well, the fuel light's on and I'm not excited about it. So we could potentially have a flat and have no gas.
Emmanuel's gonna take care of us, though, right?
The only thing missing is just, we just go walking down the street and say hi to all the Liberian folk.
Yeah. We might. Jeremy's worst nightmare is happening right now.
This is what we don't do.
Because the gas light's on. Even though we have plenty of gas, it'll be fine. But he's upset.
But honestly, this isn't the worst thing that's happened on this trip, so I don't care at this point.
You seem awful happy.
I'm just going to play solitaire because I don't care.
Yeah. So Emmanuel said he walked up on a hill and called Nelson, and Nelson's going to send us someone with a tire. We're not changing the tire. I don't know if there's no spare. Not really sure the tire situation. When we get back to the Tropicana, I'm going to be looking underneath to see if there's a spare tire for this car, because, but he's literally sending Nelson. He called Nelson, and Nelson is sending someone with a tire. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you, Nelson. God bless Nelson. See my surroundings here. A lot of traffic going by. We were going down this trafficy road, and there's all these speed bumps, and every car we pass, we're going probably 5 miles an hour. Just this, you drive a little speed bump, really right behind the LY junction. And these cars that were passing us, all of them rolled down the windows, 5 of them. They're like, your tire's flat, but there's nowhere to stop, so we had to keep going a little further. And Emmanuel was like, what? And he looked back, and then he was like, oh, I see, okay. Because we put air in the tire this morning, so we knew it was a little low. These roads are just hard on these tires. So we kept going, and every single person was yelling at him to roll down the window, your tire's flat. And he's like, I know. So anyway, I'm curious how the tire is going to get changed. If it's just going to be if there's a jack involved, or if it's just a bunch of people holding up the, if we're just going to grab some locals and
everybody on 3.
Sure, not really sure how that's going to go down. Because if we've got to change the tire, I feel like we should be preparing the vehicle now. So there's this big truck. I'll show you guys this big truck that's driving by. Yeah, we don't know what's in it. It's just on a side road. I feel like we're totally fine and safe, but we left early because one of our kids our American kids didn't really feel well. So we didn't stay as long as we normally stay at the orphanage, and we left early. Now we're sitting in traffic. She seems okay though. Bye, friends. Okay, so it took an hour. So Nelson's our friend who rents us the car and sends us Emmanuel to be the driver. And Emmanuel said that he had noticed a while back that there wasn't a tire iron or a jack in the car. And he had told Nelson, hey, we probably should get one of those. And Nelson's like, yeah, we probably should. But, Nelson runs an orphanage and has 30 kids there that depend on him. Him and his wife run this orphanage. And they're not an orphanage that does adoptions. They just care for these children for life. So he basically has 30 kids he's raising. Excellent kids. So, if I'm Nelson and I'm thinking, because he's got 2 cars, so one of them probably does have a jack in it. But do I buy a new jack and tire iron, or do I buy rice today? So I think it was something that slipped his mind. So when the tire went flat, Emmanuel calls Nelson, but he couldn't. We didn't have a cell. We were in the middle of a city. You saw the video, but we didn't. Nobody had a cell signal. Because he asked Jeremy. He's like, "Can you get Nelson on the phone while he's getting out and checking out things?" And he got us to like this like corner. It was a sidewalk, side street, public area, pretty safe, but like, out of the main flow of traffic. But he like kind of disappeared. He walked up the hill. He basically had to walk up a hill to get a cell signal to call Nelson and be like, "What's your plan for this tire, bro?" Because, and also I don't have a tire iron and a jack as previously discussed. And he's like, "Oh, right." So Nelson, there's a tire shop around the corner that, I think he walked to the tire shop. I thought he went to get a cell signal, but then when we left, he was like, "That's where we bought the tire from." It was probably like a couple blocks away, maybe. I don't know. But Emmanuel's been recovering from malaria anyway, so he's been kind of sick. So he was like, we went after we got our tire fixed, we went to the grocery store, and he was like, "Hey, Jeremy, can you buy me some juice?" I'm like, dude's about to pass out.
Of course, buddy.
I mean,
I should have ran it out sooner.
Probably should have, yeah. So but Jeremy is one of those people like, tell us how you feel about the gas. So, sorry, before we talk about the gas light. So the guy comes on a motorcycle with a tire in tow, and I guess he's friends with Nelson. Nelson did a deal with, Nelson knows a lot of people, but he brought the tire, but he took the old tire off and I guess fixed it, and he's going to sell it for Nelson maybe. I'm not sure what all went down. We got a brand new tire on the Armada. We call it Savior. That's its name. Our Suburban in Tennessee right now is called Big Papa. Our Yukon in Florida right now is called Beater Box. We like to name vehicles. Savior is what Nelson chose for his car. So Savior's up and running, right?
Yes.
But so we left the Tropicana at 2 to drive to the orphanage to visit the girls, which is what we normally do. And sometimes we'll stop and get some cookies on the way, sometimes not. But we didn't have any stops to make. And so first thing Jeremy says when he gets in the car, "How are we doing on gas, brother?" And he's like, "Oh, it'll carry us there and back. We'll get it on the way back." Well, it's less than an eighth of a tank. The gas light's not on, but it's less than an eighth of a tank. So in Jeremy's mind, we're already broke down at the side of the road and someone's robbing us. That's what's happening. We're past Jeremy expectations. I've joked with Emmanuel that when in Florida, it's extremely rare that I pump gas. Mostly because we live within 5 to 7 miles of pretty much everywhere we go in Cape Coral. Now, when we lived in Hendersonville, Tennessee, it was a long haul, so I didn't like play it fast and loose with the gas light. But like, I don't necessarily wait for the gas light to come on. But if I get in my car and there's a fourth of a tank or whatever, I'm like, it's so off my radar because work is like 3 miles away, maybe 4. It's very close. And like, even if I'm going to Fort Myers and crossing the bridge, that's really not that far. So Jeremy and I, we share both cars. So sometimes it's like we have the family car and we have the other car. So we both get in both cars, fair amount. But like, I don't ever pump gas because this is where we differ. So what are your thoughts on gas lights and gas tanks?
So I feel like if your fuel light's on, you should stop. So here we are. So our fuel,
immediately
in this situation, our fuel light has been on for probably it's been on for an hour because we were parked. I know you don't burn as much gas when you're parked, but it was burning. Here we are. Car's running.
Well, it was on before we stopped. Way before.
And then we still had to go to the grocery store when we got our tire fixed. And we drove by 2 more gas stations on the way to the grocery store. I'm like, why can't we just get gas?
We're passing
So then we went to the grocery store. At least when we got out of the car, he turned it off.
When the car was jacked, we stayed in the car even while they jacked it up and changed the tire because in truth, there's really nowhere safe for our kids to stand. And I asked Jeremy if we should get out, and he's like, "We're just going to do what they tell us, and we're not going to do anything." Because he's like, it probably won't make that big of a difference for us to get out. Like, the jack's the jack. It's going to be fine. But, like, I asked him, I said, "Emmanuel, do I need to turn off the car?" He's like, no, we have plenty of gas. But the light's on. There was this beeping noise, and I think it was the tire pressure thing that was the beep. Because there was this loud beep, and Jeremy was like, "Is that the gas light?" Because the gas light was on our way back. So we're sitting there, but when we were jacked up, so I was looking at the gauge, and when it's like the gas light's on, but it's still above the E. Well, when the car was jacked up, it was below the E. And I was getting a little nervous. But I'm also like, I'm going to stay in my lane. I trust Emmanuel. He's going to take good care of us. He hasn't steered us wrong yet. You know, he's the one under the car right now. I don't want to scare him by turning off the car and like they jump or something. Like everything's fine.
Yeah.
So we're in the car and Jeremy's like dying a slow death of gaslight. Like I know that gaslighting is like a psychological term too.
I'm just going to play
But it was
solitaire.
actually on.
I was just going to play solitaire.
He's like, how much gas do we have? I'm like, do you want me to turn the car off? Because I feel like I'd be overstepping. But then, so we get the tire fixed, right? We go turn around, and Jeremy immediately, what do you say, Emmanuel? What'd you tell him?
Let's get some gas.
We need to get some gas. And we passed 2 gas stations.
And I'm like, hey, there's a gas
because we needed to go to the grocery store.
It's almost like at this point. I mean, I could have like put my foot down and be like, let's get gas right there. But it wasn't worth it.
Nelson called us twice, worried that we were traumatized, I think. And Jeremy finally was like, Nelson, man, we get gas in the States. We have flats in the States, too. If Nelson had known how much Jeremy was stressed out about the dang gaslight.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we went all the way to we probably could have kept going. I mean, it's like, it is, but it's just this old V8. It's a 2005 Nissan Armada. But
Yeah.
I can't tell you guys how funny it was for me. Because, I mean, like, we drove a Kia Carnival, which is like a van, SUV van. It's more of a van, I guess, minivan, but it's like a bigger one. And it had great gas mileage. But it's kind of the family car, so I didn't ever drive it to work or anything. But I got in it. We'd had it for like 5 months, maybe 4 or 5 months. And I had no idea where. I pulled up to the wrong side of the gas pump because we were going to go out of town. And I so rarely get gas in any of our vehicles that I did not know. We'd had this one for a few months. I did not know where the gas cap was, where you put gas in, which side. I didn't know. I had to turn around because we were going to go out of town the next day. And I was like, oh, I'll just be nice and fill it up with gas. This is the moment that I was like, I'm married up. Be nice to Jeremy.
That's right.
I did marry up.
That's right.
Have you ever run out of gas in your whole life?
Not.
I've done it at least twice that I really remember. And one time I was driving, not my car, and the car I was driving didn't have a gas line on, and I didn't think that I was borrowing it empty. So Jeremy's stress level, kind of went today.
Yeah.
Sitting in the car. Maybe that's why Nelson kept calling. Maybe he could sense your stress.
Yes.
We need to probably ask him how much that tire cost. We've certainly been burning up those tires, but Nelson's trying to give us a discount this week because he knows we're blue.
Yep. You know the definition of insanity, right?
Yeah, tell me.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Different result, yeah.
I feel like that's where we are at this point.
Yeah.
So like we went to the home today, and for me, it's just like I literally have to lift myself up to like engage and be like happy there. I'm just so beat down. It's like looking at our Liberian daughters, and I'm tired of looking in their faces when we leave. I just can't do it. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like there's a heaviness there still. I don't know, like as of late, just all this dragging on.
I think it's a rainy season, and they know school's about to let out, and
I mean, it's just like I hope I don't give off the thing like I don't want to be there, but it's hard to be there. I mean, I don't know.
Well, tell them about the puppy though.
That doesn't make it better.
Well, for the kids it did. The puppy's still alive. The puppy, we gave the puppy some puppy food today, and I told them they needed to put some water with it or mash it up some, so we're trying to do that. And our youngest Liberian daughter, I think, so the puppy was kind of around the gazebo, and one of the nannies was kind of watching, but the kids get too rough, so our youngest, I was sitting close to the home, and then there's like this gazebo area that's kind of like, I don't know, maybe like 10, 12 yards away, not far. But I see her like walking towards me because I'm sitting in a different chair. I was letting some of our friends' kids kind of look at a video from their families, and I was kind of dealing with some of the older girls. They know that I have either a video or a picture of their families, so I was doing my video thing. And I see my youngest Liberian daughter like walking towards me, like holding this puppy. And she didn't really say why, but then she brought the puppy's food too. But I got the impression that she just thought the puppy wasn't safe with all the kids when the nanny that was kind of facilitating like walked away. The kids were being a little rough, so she brought the puppy to me.
Smart.
And the puppy's been hanging out with the security guard a lot too, so I think he's keeping him safe. He's keeping him company.
I did feel better that the puppy was hanging out with dad and mom dog, and they seem to be getting along okay. So hopefully the male dog won't hurt the puppy, which is good.
Yeah, I thought that the male dog was going to eat the puppy.
Yes.
So, but he was cooler today.
I mean, it was good to give like
They're pretty. I don't want you guys to be nervous about these. Like these dogs, like these kids beat on them all day long, and they seem fine.
Totally.
I don't think these dogs would hurt anyone. But one of the dogs, when she was pregnant, like about a month and a half ago, one of the nannies brought a puppy to the orphanage. I guess that she had tried to rescue or something, and the mama dog, before she gave birth, killed the puppy. Mm-hmm. So then we were like, whoa. So we're a little more cautious since she's just had puppies that she maybe, but she's kind of past it. It's like she doesn't really. She's kind of past, like the puppy's 5 or 6 weeks old now, so it's kind of like a done thing. So these aren't like violent dogs, but you can see where if it already happened once, where we're a little bit, but They did seem to be getting along better. So the puppy sat in my lap, and the kids were trying to help feed it and learning to be gentle. So,
this is good to our same stuff of giving the Bruce's kids hugs and the Clark's kids hugs and.
We give all the kids hugs, really.
All the little ones come up and hug on us. But there's one little boy in particular that always comes and gives me a hug, and it's like, man, I wish I could take you with me, but.
Oh, I know. There's just one.
Just
I'm like,
in a couple.
I know what's going to happen in a couple years if he's not been adopted. We're going to be like, well.
How do we come back?
Yeah, he's the one we'd come back for.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them are great. There's several of them that are great, but I like it once. And then once you make the jump to 6, like, well, and I get 2 of them. Like, it's going to be that kind of conversation. I think he is like the happiest, sweetest kid, and he'll do great. He doesn't. I don't think he has any siblings. We never really figured that out because we had initially like this is the one kid that we're like if this process were cleaner and smoother, and we knew for sure that we could finish it, we would start it. For him. Just because, and it's probably just his personality. He's just sort of he kind of fits right in, and he's good for it. He plays a lot with our Liberian daughters, and he's, gotten to know our American daughters too, but he's just a happy in the middle kid, just.
Yeah, he just like gave me a hug and hold my hand as we're walking around.
Yeah, he's just very friendly, and
he's a good kid.
So I feel like they'll find him a family. I feel like his face on an email of unmatched kids would be like, he's just a happy kid. He's not gonna go like this in the picture.
No,
he's gonna be all cute kid. But there's those things, and I had a good talk with my friend Courtney Whitney tonight. She has a kid that's still in the orphanage, and I had told her, he had been a little sad when I saw him on Monday, and I had struggled with telling her that he was sad just because I felt like there's nothing she can really do about it. But then again, it's still the truth, and I would want to know. Even if I can't do anything about it, I would want to know. And so she was like, no, I'm glad you told me. Had a good chat with her tonight. She's jumping into the Noonday world, which I'm so excited about. Noonday has their half-off sale going on, so I got a couple of Noonday things on that are kind of my staples: the Belief necklace, the saltwater stack, glass necklace, and then the Contigos. There's some half-off stuff going on that started today. Excuse me. And in the description, the shopping link for our Noonday collection. Noonday is a fair trade company. Excuse me. Okay. I try not to burp too loud for the camera. Jeremy gets mad because I burp like super loud.
You turn the camera on when you're burping then.
But the Noonday thing, fair trade company, I just wish I could find like a solid company here that's like a startup artisan company here in Liberia to float to Noonday, because Liberia is a perfect country for Noonday to have a presence, just because Noonday goes to developing countries, finds artisans that make handmade crafts that are native to their, unique to their countries. Like in Kenya, it's brass. In Uganda, there's leather, there's paper beads, there's jewelry. The leather is a big thing in Uganda that comes to mind. Peru, there is the woven stuff, like the Guatemala woven stuff. Peru also has a lot of the silver jewelry too. So there's just that presence, and I wish we could find it here in Liberia for these people. There's this like a big tote that's real colorful. It's like a basket. It'd be great laundry basket. I need a new towel basket for my pool, and I see these people walking around selling them, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy those until we're gonna go home, and I know for sure that I have an extra, like, because they're like $30 a piece, and then I'm like, what if I got it for the girls' laundry baskets? I love their brightly colored stripes, similar to what Noonday has now on their market totes. So those bright colors but they're made from, the Noonday ones, as well as the ones that are in Liberia, are made from a plant out in the bush. So.
I have some food advice.
Okay.
Were you finished?
Yes.
So,
I mean, you know I'm never totally finished.
Okay, so if you're a cheeseburger fan, no cheeseburger.
If I were a cheeseburger.
If I were a cheeseburger. There's no cheeseburger in Liberia that tastes good. I just want to say that.
It's like the meat's too loose or something.
And it's too thin and dry. Like I've tried it at every spot, and it's just never. It's always disappointing. I mean, it's got the bun. It looks like a burger.
It's no Ford's Garage.
It doesn't taste like a burger completely. Also, fun fact: when you buy pancakes mix, if you buy it, this happened tonight, love. I haven't told you this yet. Pay close attention when you open the package, because I opened a package today of pancake mix and it was full of bugs. So we did not use that one. Don't worry. The other one was clean. So heads up, check your pancake mix before using it, and they were alive too. Surprisingly.
I mean, we bought it in the grocery store.
Yeah, I saved it so we can maybe take it back Monday when we go.
We saved the bugs?
The box. I sealed it back up and then take it.
You're gonna show them?
Yeah, absolutely. It's $8.
We're gonna keep it in our house with live bugs.
Yeah.
You think it's sealed in the box?
Sure. I rolled it.
Because the bugs got in there by themselves.
Well, they got probably.
How do you? So
They probably got manufactured in the package.
You think that they're sealed in there now, but that somehow, how did they get in if it was sealed? And if it's resealed, how
they got sealed in like it was packaged together probably. They didn't get in like.
I just want you to talk through that one more time. Just make sure that's what you want to say.
So the package was.
So first of all, you open a package and there's bugs inside, and you think that the bugs were packaged there at the manufacturer.
Yeah.
And made it all the way alive to Liberia.
It was completely sealed.
Repopulated
the
themselves.
plastic container was completely sealed. They didn't get in after.
And the live bugs that are crawling around that have somehow made it from the packaging a year ago are now alive.
They have plenty of food to live off of.
And water and sunlight and all the things that a bug needs to live. Because their lifespan's a year, right? Like they could just self-populate for that long without any air. And you think you resealed them, that they're not going to be everywhere. Is it in the kitchen still?
It's on the hood.
No, baby. My theory is that the package failed and the bugs went in. And then they repopulated and they're going to come back out.
Maybe. We'll see.
So if you want to vote for Jeremy's theory, make a comment. If you want to vote for Rachel's theory, thank you. You're in the right side of things.
Wrong. Anyway.
There's no doubt at all in your theory after I've explained it.
Well, I'm the one that opened the package. It was completely sealed, so I don't know how they got in a completely sealed package. There's no holes. We can inspect.
And you left them while we cook our food.
Yeah.
Instead of just throwing them away. You think they're going to
I
give
should
us
just
some
go
money
put it in
back?
the trash can.
Why don't we take a picture of it and just show it to them, and then we'll put it. I would have it outside.
Okay. Well, anyway, not the point, not the conversation.
No doubt at all. No doubt at all.
Pay attention to your pancake mix.
No doubt at all that they got in. You think they're there from the manufacturer and they didn't just crawl in on the shelf or sitting on a truck, or you're convinced?
If the package is completely sealed, I don't know how they could get in.
Did you look at the bottom too?
Yeah. Completely sealed.
Completely sealed. All right. There you have it.
Maybe they're magic ones and they walk through the plastic.
Maybe.
And they're resealed behind itself.
Like a Night Fury.
Yeah. But anyway.
They're Night Fury bugs. You guys seen How to Train Your Dragon? Okay, cheeseburger advice. You're starting to doubt yourself, I can tell.
No.
A little bit.
So cheeseburger was
not
like
even
that.
a little bit?
Pay attention to
a little bit of doubt?
No, none.
Okay. Alpha has spoken. Go ahead.
That's it.
Cheeseburger.
I already gave that.
No, you didn't.
I did. Don't eat a cheeseburger here if you like cheeseburger.
Oh, but if they want to make one. You don't know how to make one yet?
I haven't done that yet.
Ooh, I bet you could on the skillet.
Because you got to buy the same meat that you...
But you bought the meat for tacos.
Yes.
Did I hurt your feelings with the bugs?
No.
I think I did.
It wasn't really part of the conversation, but you made it a thing.
It was your side note advice?
Yes.
I don't know what to say. If anyone cares, I made some progress on the unicorn. If anyone wants to know about the unicorn. Kind of looks like a duck. I'll show you guys. Since so many people commented on my crocheting to me, separate text, I'll be updating that. So, it seems like there was something else. I do see what you mean about that crazy little, like, it's like I don't know if it was like a storage building at one point, but there was someone sitting in there with a suit jacket on last night, and they were just looking. It's like a shed without a door. Very weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just sitting there in the dark, facing the wall. Like, are you in timeout?
Are you gonna play your guitar?
I'm like, are you in timeout? Did you get in trouble?
But in a suit coat?
I don't understand what your deal is, my friend.
Does sound kind of weird. What are you gonna play first?
We are in a weird land.
Mission Impossible. You gonna poke that out?
A minor.
You gonna poke out the Mission Impossible? I bet everybody can guess that one. Is that where you feel like you are right now?
You can never leave?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Hotel California it is.
Yes. It's pretty though.
So shout out to Paige. So Paige did this amazing flyer and has shared it on Facebook several times. I think it had 8 or 10 shares last time. Tia, I wanted to Paige wrote up this thing about collecting textiles. So she's taken over our Fill the Box thing and she's collecting textiles for us. She's using my garage at the moment, but she's also she's just recruiting all these friends to help us. Jeremy and Smith are still in Liberia working tirelessly to gain custody of their precious daughters while we wait. While they're away, I want to keep doing their Fill the Box fundraising. So she's kind of taken that on. And once she gets enough stuff picked up, she can have a load come and, you know, a lot of times, like we had 1 month where if you guys are considering Fill the Box for fundraising, I highly recommend it because they are great. And they pay 20 cents a pound. And we were doing, at one month, we did 15,000 pounds, 3 separate pickups, $3,000 last March of 2023. But that was like, we were killing it. Like every day we were like, who has clothes? I mean, it was really like our most intense fundraising was February, March, and April. And then May we finished fundraising, we thought, and now we're doing it again. Wah, wah. But most of the time we get about 4,000 or 5,000 pounds a month, which we've used it for our adoption. We've used it for other nonprofits. But if you say you live in Tennessee and you want to do a Fill the Box drive just for us, then you can do that, and Fill the Box will send a check to our Adopt Together crowdfunding account. So it's tax deductible donation for them on our behalf to our adoption, and you can they'll just send a truck to pick up the clothes. So you need to have about 150 to 300 bags, kitchen trash bags of clothes before they'll come, which 300 is great. But you can even, like if you wanted to do it at your church over a weekend and just store it in the gym or something, and then they'll come get it. So if you like talked it up at your church and then just had it put in the gym or some like a foyer somewhere, they're just trash bags of clothes. They just need to be clean. It can be clothes, shoes, towels, pillows, pillowcases, sheets, curtains, purses, backpacks, luggage. Even if it's ripped or torn or something, that's okay. I mean, we prefer good stuff. This stuff will be resold at nonprofit thrift stores close by wherever you drop them off. So if you're in Tennessee, it'll go to nonprofit thrift stores there. If you're in Florida, it'll go there. If it can't be used locally, then they ship it to other areas within the U.S. that thinks that they can resell it or repurpose it. If it can't be used at all, it does get shipped overseas to countries like Liberia, who don't have factories to produce textiles. So they're getting cast-offs from other countries that they'll come in on big ships, big Freightliner ships, and they'll just bid on what gets off the truck. They don't even know what they're bidding for, and then they just sell that. So, or they trade it amongst themselves and go from there. So that's their livelihood. If it ends up in our landfill, it's nobody's livelihood. So it's a big deal. So Paige is doing that. I just wanted to read though Paige's little blurb, and similar to ours, what we're doing, call her, but and then Tia shared it, and what Tia said, she said, if you have clothes, textiles, stuffed animals, curtains, purses, or pillows you're looking to get rid of, let me know. Our dear friends are living in Liberia as they fight to be able to bring their 2 adopted daughters home. They are in need of finances to continue to live there, support the orphanage, which is barely keeping its doors open and having to turn orphans away due to lack of resources, and navigate the legal systems that need to be corrected. The children in the orphanage have families waiting for them in other countries. You can donate directly or donate any items listed above, which can be then donated to fill the box and provide financial support to Rachel and Jeremy. This fundraising avenue has been a financial lifeline for the Smiths thus far, and it has been an organization that supports families in third world countries as well. If I can pick up, I'm happy to, or we can coordinate a drop off. And that really, that paragraph, Tia is really good with her words. That paragraph literally sums up the last 2 years of our life. Tia is also our neighbor. And so she knows, but that paragraph is basically what we've been doing for the last 2 years, have been building up to this trip. So all of our friends and family know that. But the last 6 months has been just us deciding just to come here. So we decided mid-January that we were we're just going to have to get on a plane and just see how long we can stay. Initially, I was prepared to stay here for 4.5 months, and we've burned through that money. So we're paid up till the end of this month, which gives us 4 months. And once we get past 4 months, we're kind of in uncharted territory. So we're trying to rent out our house, which is a work in progress. We thought maybe Jeremy could work from here, do an internet job, because he's an IT guy anyway that we used to work from home solely on the internet. But finding a company that will hire him and accept internet traffic from Africa has proven to be very difficult.
Sadly.
I work as an ER physician assistant, so it's not like I can work from home. God bless my employer for just keeping my little PRN position there for me whenever I return. So that's that. So we really appreciate all of our friends and family getting their textiles and clothes together. And the thing is pretty much any family, any U.S. family at any given day has at least 2 13-gallon kitchen trash bags of clothes. And I noticed on Paige's post and Tia's post that my friend Aspen, who's the worship leader at our church, said, I think I have 2 bags ready to go. And that's 2 bags of hope for us. So if everyone can just take a minute, if you're watching this video, just take a minute and start thinking about do I live in the Southeast? Is there any way I can do this? And see if you can go get 2 bags. If you live in North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, anywhere in there, we actually know of other families that are doing the same thing, and we're all kind of working towards the same orphanage. Texas, Fill the Box has a huge presence in Texas. So you could do a mini drive for us, or you could do a mini drive for any of those families. You can just come up with 100 bags. But most families, so if you know 50 families, I guarantee you, without even cleaning out their closets or making any tough decisions, they probably have 2 bags ready to go to Goodwill right now before they even think about what's in their own closet. That's just the typical family has about 2 bags of stuff that is trash anyway for them. But they don't really think it's trash. They don't want to put it in the trash can because they're well, somebody might be able to use this. So it's in their garage. It's in their trunk. It's in their laundry room. It's there. So all you have to do is go grab those 2 bags and stick them on your porch if you live in Cape Coral, and Paige and Tia will come get them. Or take them to our house in Coral Lakes. All of our neighbors know. Just kind of tell the guard which house. Ask the guard. He'll probably tell you it's us. But that being said, we really appreciate that support. But I thought that the phrasing with Tia saying our entire story in a little paragraph, it's well said.
Yes.
So clean out those closets. I'm really interested in this whole bug thing. So if I go find a defect in the pancake box, are you going to print a retraction?
Yes, you can be right.
Jeremy has he thinks that the person that packaged it can be trusted, but the person that packaged it can't be trusted because that's where the bugs were, right? Sealed them in.
Say that again.
You trust the store more than you trust the initial packager.
I don't trust anybody here, personally.
What about me?
You're not a Liberian.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. All my friends in Liberia, I trust you. It's the government I don't trust.
can't wait to be able to talk more about the thing. We sent an email, and when we get an answer from it, then we'll know how much more we can tell you guys about the legal developments.
Burn it all down.
Yeah. Maybe the duck will be a unicorn soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.